All right, this is Dylan Bouck with Prospect Fighting Championships. We're here at Rebel Nightclub in Toronto, Ontario, PFC 13, and I'm joined here by a victorious Joe Marchand. How's it going there, man?
Good. I'm good. Feeling good, man.
I'm just curious how you're feeling after this because you have a wealth of experience in Muay Thai and some other martial arts disciplines, but getting out here for the MMA debut, how did it feel based on maybe what your preconceived notions had been? Any surprises at all?
No surprises. It took me a little bit to get off. We knew that we were against a high-level grappler. First round, I was a little conservative. I think I won first round with takedown defense and some striking. Round two, I got put in some subs, but defended it. And that kind of gave me some confidence going into the third round. You know, I defended 2 heel hooks, triangle, and armbar, and against a high-level guy. You know, he's a brown belt from Scott McLean's gym, and that's a high-level grappling gym. So in the round 3, I felt I could get off a little bit, and I hurt him with a body kick, actually dropped him, and you know, like, it's a split decision, but you know, I'll be back stronger and put on another show for you guys.
Yeah, you must be happy about the actual abilities you had on the ground because your opponent wasn't really able to, like, you know, advance position at will and, like, you know, really, like, press you into the mat. Like, you were definitely holding your own. Like, how much confidence do you get from that? Like, you were talking about how much, like, avoiding the submissions, but just, like, the positional control all throughout.
Yeah, you know, we have a strong team. We're from a small gym in Stratford, 5th round, and we got a strong team. Like, one of our head MMA coaches is Sid Barnier. He fought TKO. He was a E1 world MMA champion. He fought Adrian Woolley, a bunch of guys. So he has a wealth of experience. And then we got a bunch of jiu-jitsu guys that do come in, some wrestlers. So we have the team behind us to put us in those positions and give us, you know, the training that we need to fight high-level grapplers. Being that I'm a high-level striker, most times we're going to fight a guy that wants to take us down. So we have to be prepared for that.
Yeah, and how does it feel like finally getting to make the debut? Because, like I said, you have the Muay Thai experience, but there's even been flirtations with, like, having a fight in TKO, like, as of, like, even 10 years ago. So how does it feel to have the moment finally come to fruition?
Feels good. You know, like, this has been a long time coming. It's an anticipated debut. You know, I was happy to do it with PFC. They took care of us really well. Jamie and Woody and Alex are great matchmakers. We had a hard time getting a matchup. Went through 6 opponents, you know, and it was tough, and they still got us a fight even with the drops. So I'm happy to be debuting with PFC, and I hope to continue with them.
Yeah, for sure, and I think they're looking to get a card going in the summer. Is that kind of like the next step then? Like, you'd be wanting to compete on the next PFC card?
I'm a perfectionist, you know, like even with Muay Thai and everything that I do. So we've seen some errors that we worked on. We did a lot of good work in that fight, but we have a lot of footage now to go back on. One of my coaches, Crew Jeff Harrison, he's a very analytical coach, and he said with that 15 minutes we can go back and we have a lot of footage to work on and see where the errors were, see what we did well. So we'll see what happens, you know, and if we can get back in the gym and kind of fix everything that we did wrong, and keep on going with the strengths that we did well in that fight. Hopefully, we can jump into the summer show.
Yeah, and I noticed you're doing a fair bit of those 1-minute technique videos with Robin Black. How's that been going so far? Because it seems like it's a fun time for both of you.
Oh, yeah. Robin's, he lives in Stratford part-time when he's not traveling, doing commentating and stuff. So he's actually one of my students. So him being there, it's great having him around. You know, it's really good for the gym, really good for the publicity for the gym. And working with Robin, you know, he's a true martial artist. He always wants to learn, and he always is intrigued by learning different techniques. So you can show him something, and the next day he'll be like, hey man, can we do a video of that and just critique it a little bit for me? So that's something, when you see the passion in someone, even though he's not fighting, he's not doing anything but commentating right now, it's good to see the passion, and it's always good to help people like that are passionate about what they do.
And that must be like a residual kind of thing. Like, does that do anything to, like, stoke your fires? Not that you're, like, lacking in ambition, but, like, when you see stuff like that, is it just like, is there a residual enthusiasm?
I'm passionate about what I do. I always have been. I've never lost my passion. I've been doing this since I was 9 years old, like fighting, you know, Muay Thai, jiu-jitsu, boxing, everything. So the passion's always there. But, you know, when you get an individual, like even like Robin, that comes in the gym and he's only there a couple times in a month, But yeah, he has that enthusiasm and he wants to learn. You know, it's great for a coach to have that. You got to have those people in your gym that want to learn and are intrigued and passionate about learning, because like being a martial artist, it's all about learning. And as soon as you close off your mind and think you know everything, you're never ever going to get better. You're never going to improve. Like even myself, I've been doing Muay Thai for 20 years and I still learn stuff every day.
Yeah, for sure, man. And you mentioned like the time doing martial arts since you were 9, like the days in your aunt's 4x4 shed there. So long journey, eh?
Yeah, man. It's I started in 1999 with Crew Chris Q from Mass Thai Boxing. He's been my Muay Thai coach for 20 years. I fought all over the world with him. So, you know, like it transitioned from a gym to a shed to the YMCA racquetball courts to a parking lot to a school to his basement to an actual gym. So transitioning like that, you know, it's it's good to see where we've come from. Like I said, we come from a small city, 32,000 people there. So it's something to be proud of.
Yeah, and anyone who knows Muay Thai knows the esteem that goes with competing at Lumpini Stadium in Bangkok there, and you got to obviously experience that. I'm kind of wondering, like, how does this compare to that? Do you compare fight to fight? Is each kind of like a unique moment, like a unique snapshot in time in its own regard?
It's different because that's the pinnacle of Muay Thai is Lumpini Stadium. But you know, you're gonna go there. You're not gonna have fans. You're not gonna be as appreciated as fighting at home. So here we sold a lot of tickets. We had a big fan base here. So being able to get that win in front of all of our fans from Stratford who made the trek to Toronto, you know, it's a little more rewarding, I think. My wife was here, my mom was here, my dad was here, like all my family was here. So it's a little more rewarding than going to a place like Thailand where you're not going to have anyone except for your coaches and your training partners, right?
Yeah, for sure, man. And yeah, you've been really good with your time. I'm curious if there's maybe anything you'd like to add as a parting thought as we're wrapping up here, though.
Yeah, just like to thank my coaches, Crew Jeff Harrison, Sid Barnier, Chris Bello, all of my students at 5th round that helped me get ready for this. PFC, Jamie Champion, Alex Capricci, and Woodrow James for putting it together. And then all of my sponsors, I'd like to thank them for all the help getting the financials in place for me to make the debut here.
Yeah, for sure. Great. You get some time with Joe Marchand. And this is Dylan Bauk with Prospect Fighting Championships, PFC 13.